Hello students, a huge welcome to the today's live session on the chapter pair of linear equations. Now what is meant by the linear? In our previous chapter polynomials, we have already discussed about linear polynomial. What is that linear polynomial? Simply linear polynomial is nothing but if your polynomial is having degree 1, right? If your polynomial is having degree 1, then it is a linear polynomial, right? If degree equals to 1, then it is a linear polynomial. Clear? Now, for suppose, coming to here, if I am taking 2x plus 3, this is my polynomial where it is having the variables and the numbers. Now, this is the linear polynomial as we are having the degree of our variable x as the 1. If you check here, I am having the variable as the x. This is my first term and the power of the variable is 1, right? And coming to the 3 can be written as 3 into 1, where 1 can be written as 3 into x to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 will be 1. So 3 into 1 can be written as 3 into x to the power 0. Now in this term, what is the power of your variable x? 0. If you compare the degree, if you compare the powers of your variable, you are having the highest power as the 1. So now degree of this polynomial will become 1. Okay. So as we are having degree as the 1, what about the 2x plus 3 will become? So 2x plus 3 will become your linear polynomial. Right? Now, what about the linear equation? And that too in two variables. Coming to here, this is the linear polynomial. So, can I take this as the linear expression? Yes. Now, how many variables I am using here? Only one variable, that is x. What about 3y, or you can take 3a plus 2b. Okay. 3a plus 2b is your linear polynomial only, but here I am using the two variables, so these will become your linear expression in two variables, right? Now let's see what is the linear equation. Coming to here, what the topics that we are going to cover in pair of linear equations is, first we will discuss about introduction, then we will discuss about the definition of the linear equation, like what is the standard form, okay, and then we will discuss about what is the solution of a pair of linear equation. Clear? And next, what are the methods to solve that pair of linear equations? The methods are graphical method and algebraic method. Okay. Coming to the graphical method, you are having only one type, but coming to the algebraic method, you are having three types. And we will get to know what are those three methods. Okay. After that, we will solve some of the problems on equations reducible to pair of linear equations. Means they will give some of the questions in your age problems like that, and they will ask you to form the linear equations from there. Okay, we need to form the pair of linear equations from the given conditions and we need to solve them. Okay, and finally we will once again summarize the concepts. Clear? Let's see the introduction part. So we know that a linear equation is nothing but if you equate, okay, 2x plus 3. I am equating these expression to some other value. So here I am taking 0. Okay. If we are equating that linear expression to some other value, then it will become your equation. But if you are taking the linear equation in two variable, 3a plus 2b is equals to 0. Here this is your linear expression which is in two variable and you are equating that to the another value. So these will become your linear equation in two variables. Okay, simple linear equation if you are equating that linear equation to some other value and it is having the two different variables. Okay, now what will be the form of, like what will be the general form of our linear equation in two variable means ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. This is our linear equation in two variable where our coefficients, that means A, B, C are real numbers, and coming to here, our A should be not equals to 0 and B should be not equals to 0. Why? Because if A equals to 0, then what is this expression? I mean, this equation will become, it will become by plus C equals to 0. It means it will become a linear equation in one variable. For that reason, A should be not equals to 0, and similarly, if B equals to 0, then it will become AX plus C equals to 0. And this is also becoming linear equation in one variable. Okay, so in order to make sure that it is a linear equation in two variable, we need to be very clear that A should be not equals to 0 and B should be not equals to 0. Now, what is this A and B? A is the coefficient of your X and B is the coefficient of Y. So, we are going to say that coefficient of our variables should be not equals to 0. Okay. Now, let's see what about the pair of linear equations. Okay. Now, coming to the general form of pair of linear equations means, what is meant by pair? Pair is nothing but two, right? Pair of shoes means we are having two shoes, right? So, in the same way, pair of linear equations in two variables means we are going to take the two linear equations that are in two variables. Okay. So, here I am taking my first equation, linear equation 1 and linear equation 2. Okay. So linear equation 1 in two variables and linear equation 2 in two variables. Okay. Now these two will form a pair of linear equations in two variables, where this A1, actually here it is, this is the general form only, but here it is A1x plus B1y plus C1 equals to 0 and A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals to 0. These will be the general form. Okay. Actually here it is A1x plus B1y plus C1 equals to 0 and A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals to 0. Okay. Where these A1, B1 and C1 and A2, B2 and C2 are the coefficients. And what are those numbers? Those numbers are real numbers. Real numbers means it can be your rational or irrational. And coming to the conditions, A1 square plus B1 square should be not equals to 0. Clear? And coming to the examples, if you observe here, 2x plus 3y equals to 7 and 9x minus 2y equals to minus 8. If you see, this is also a linear equation in two variable and this is also a linear equation in two variable. So these two equations will form a pair of linear equations in two variable. Okay. Clear about this, everyone? Yes. Actually, this is not the correct representation for the pair of linear equations. The correct representation is this. A1x plus B1y plus C1 equals to 0 and A2x plus B2y plus C2 equals to 0. Here, another point we need to consider is they are having the same variables with the same power. Here, these two equations are having the variables x and y, and power of x is 1 and power of y is 1. Okay. For a pair of linear equations in two variable, we are having the same variables and we are having the power of the variables same. Clear? Now, what about the solution of A? Okay. What about the solution of a pair of linear equations? Yes. Any idea? What is meant by solution? Solution is nothing but it's simple. If I am taking my a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, comma, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. These two are my pair of linear equations in two variable, right? What is meant by the solution? Solution I am going to take as my, consider s comma t. Okay. I am taking the value of s comma t. It means what? I am taking the x value. Okay. I am taking the x value as s and y value as the t. Clear? Now, in the place of x, I am going to keep s and in the place of y, I am going to keep t. After replacing that x and y values, if you got your LHS equals to RHS, then that point will satisfy. That means that values will satisfy the given linear equation in two variable. Okay. Now, in the same way, solution means these values S and T will satisfy both of your two equations. Okay. Solution for a pair of linear equation means the value of X and Y will satisfy both the given two linear equations. Clear, everyone? Yes. Now, what about the solution of a pair of linear equation? It means, what about the graph of linear equation? Yes, yes. Straight line. Nice. We are getting the correct answers. So, the graph of the linear equation is nothing but a straight line that we have already discussed in polynomials, right? In the same way, if I am taking a pair of linear equations, it means if I am taking the two linear equations, now the graph of two linear equations, if I am considering this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. So what will be the graph of the equation 1? That is also a straight line, right? So that is also a straight line L1. And for the graph of the equation 2 is also a line L2, right? After finding the points, okay, after finding the points to represent your first equation, okay, if you plot them on the graph, you will be getting a straight line. And for your second equation also, you will be getting a straight line. Now, what about the graphical representation means? After plotting those lines on the graph, if you found them as the intersecting lines, okay, if you found them as the intersecting lines means they are going to intersect. It means they are going to meet at one point, right? So now they are going to intersect at one point, and how many solutions those two are having means only one solution. Why? Because they are intersecting at one point, so one solution. And how can we algebraically, like how can we relate this with the help of coefficients means we are going to take the ratios of coefficients. Okay, just leave about this part, I will tell you. So it comes like this graphical expression, okay, graphical representation of your pair of linear equation. And another way is relating them with respect to the ratio of coefficients. Okay, ratios of coefficient means I am going to take the ratio of A1 by A2 and B1 by B2 and C1 by C2. Why we are taking the ratios? Taking the graph for the linear equations will be somehow difficult and it will be time taking, right? Instead of that, we can go for taking the ratios of coefficient of x and ratios of coefficient of y and ratios of the constant and finding the relation between them to say the type of solution will be somehow easier, right? For that reason, we are going to take the ratios of coefficients of x and coefficients of y and constants. Okay, now if you found the lines are intersecting means they are going to intersect at a point. Now how many solutions they are having? Only one solution. And what is the relation between the coefficients? A1 by A2 not equals to B1 by B2. Okay, simply intersecting lines, one solution, and relation between the coefficients is A1 by A2 not equals to B1 by B2. Okay, now what if you find them as the coincident lines? Coincident lines means? Yes. Any answer? Coincident lines. Coincident lines is nothing but if one line falls on other line. Okay. Now what will happen? On a line we are having points, right? And all those points are going to all those points are going to merge with the points of the other line, right? For that reason, if you found the lines intersect, that means if you found the lines are coincident lines, then they are having infinitely many solutions. And relation between the coefficients is a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. Clear about this? Coincident means they are having infinitely many solutions, and the relation is a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. Okay, now moving to the next. If the lines are parallel, clear? If the lines are parallel means we are not having any common point between them. So now the type of solutions are no solution. Okay, they do not intersect and we are having no solution. Okay, and the relation between coefficients is a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 but not equals to c1 by c2. Clear? If you want to take a short note, take intersecting lines, one solution and relation. That's it. And next, intersecting lines, that means we are having the coincident lines, right? And infinitely many solutions and the relation between the coefficients. And next, parallel lines, and we are having no solution and the relation between the coefficients. Clear, everyone? Yes. Sometimes we will be getting the questions in our exams, like match the following. They will give intersecting, coincident and parallel, and they will give the conditions, like your relation between the coefficients. Okay? Yes. Now, what about the consistent and inconsistent means? If you are having at least one solution, okay, at least one solution, then it will become consistent and no solution will become inconsistent. Then what about infinitely many? Infinitely many also comes under consistent. Why? Because if I am having one solution, consistent, and two solutions, consistent, right? In the same way, infinitely many also will become consistent. Clear? Simply, if you are having at least one solution, then it will become consistent. Okay, find the consistency means what? We need to check whether they are consistent or not. Okay, yes. Let's see the next. Moving to the next, how to solve the given pair of linear equations using the graphical method. So if pair of linear equations are given, then how can we solve them using the graphical method? Any idea? Okay, let's see. Now coming to here, we are having x plus y equals to 1 and x minus y equals to 7. What will happen here means you need to write, okay, for both of the equations, you need to write one variable in terms of other variable. Here I am writing y in terms of 1 minus x. Okay, this is my first equation and this is my second equation. Clear? Now, I am going to write the second equation as in terms of y only. So, y equals to, so here it will become your x minus 7. Okay, so most of us know that we have to take the random values for x and we need to find the respective y values. But I suggest you to go for taking x equals to 0 and get 1 point and taking y equals to 0 get 1 point. Okay, I will tell you. For y equals to 1 minus x, I am going to take x equals to 0, y will become 1 minus 0 which is nothing but your 1. This is your first point. And second point, take y equals to 0. Clear? After taking y equals to 0, what is your x value? So x value will become 1 minus 0 which is nothing but 1. Right? It means now what is the point? That means what is the point we are going to take? The point will become here 0 comma 1 and here it is your 1 comma 0. Similarly for your second equation also. For second equation, y equals to x minus 7. First condition, take x equals to 0. Now y will become minus 7. Right? And second condition, take y equals to 0. X will become, so 0 minus 7 crossing equals to plus 7. Okay? 0 plus 7 which is nothing but your 7. Clear, everyone? Now, what is this first point? 0 comma minus 7 and second point will become 7 comma 0. Now, we got the 2 points. Okay, we got the 2 points for our equation 1 and 2 points for equation 2. Now, what is the first point? 0 comma 1. 0 comma 1 will tell you where the line will intersect your y axis. Okay, and Second point is 1 comma 0. 1 comma 0 will tell you where the point will intersect your x-axis. Okay, after finding those points, just draw a line connecting them and extend it, so you will be getting the straight line for your equation 1. Okay, now what about the line 2? Line 2 also same. We got the point where our line is going to intersect the y-axis and where it is going to intersect the x-axis. Now plot those points and draw the line, and you will get the straight line for the second equation. Now, what we will do after drawing that lines, find the consistency. It means you need to find whether they are consistent or not, and then after, from there only we can find the solution also. Clear everyone? Yes. Now let's see the next one. Moving to the next is the algebraic method of solving the pair of linear equations. What are the three methods to solve the pair of linear equations? That is nothing but first is substitution method, second elimination, and third is cross multiplication method. Right? Now let's see one by them. Coming to here, first substitution method. Let's take the same example where x plus y equals to 1 and x minus y equals to 7. Clear? Now, coming to here, you are just going to write one variable in terms of other variable, either of your equations. It means first equation and this is your second equation. I am taking the second equation and I am going to write y equals to, okay, taking minus y to other side and 7 to this side. So y equals to x minus 7. Clear? So I have written my y in terms of x in your second equation. Now what we will do? Put y equals to x minus 7 in equation 1. Okay, now understood why we are saying that as the substitution method? Because we are substituting the value of y we got from second equation in the first equation. Okay, so we are just replacing one of the variable value from one of the equation to the other equation. It's very simple. We are putting the y value in first equation and y value we got in terms of x from the second equation. That's it. Now x plus x minus 7 equals to 1. X plus x, 2x, and minus 7 crossing equals to 1 plus 7, where 2x equals to 8 and x equals to 4. Simple. We got the x value as the 4. Now how we will find the y value? We know the relation y equals to x minus 7. Right? Put x equals to 4 in y equals to x minus 7. Now y equals to 4 minus 7, that is nothing but your minus 3. Clear? So we got simply the value of x and y. So what about the substitution method? If we are having simple values, then we can find. Here I am not having any, here I am having the coefficient of x and y as the 1. But what if I am having the large numbers, like your 2-digit numbers or 3-digit numbers? How we can simplify them? So for that reason, let's go for the elimination method. Okay. So now what is the elimination method? Elimination means the name itself, we can say that we are just going to remove, right? In the same way, coming to the elimination method means we are going to eliminate. It means we are going to remove one variable with the help of relation between your given two equations. It means I will tell you x plus y equals to 1 and x minus y equals to 7. Same example, right? Now, first condition is we are going to check whether on direct addition or subtraction one of the variable is eliminated or not. Okay, it means this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. Okay, if I try to add these two equations or if I try to subtract these two equations, whether we are eliminating one variable or not. See here, if I am adding plus y and minus y, I can cancel. So I can add them directly, right? So let's add them. Equation 1 plus equation 2. x plus y equals to 1 and x minus y equals to 7. So now on adding x plus x, 2x, and plus y minus y cancel, which is equals to 1 plus 7, 8. Now x equals to 4. Clear? So we got x value as the 4. Now put x equals to 4. Okay, put x equals to 4 in some of any of your equation you can take. First equation, if you take 4 plus y equals to 1. Now y equals to 1 minus 4, y equals to minus 3. Clear? So we got x value as the 4 and y value as the minus 3. Okay, so this is how we are going to do the elimination method. What if I am not having the direct addition or subtraction? So in that case, what we will do means we have to make the coefficient of one of the variables same. Like for suppose if I am having 3x plus 4y equals to 2 and next 4x plus 3y equals to 6. Okay, those two are my pair of linear equations. Now how we will do means you have to make one of the coefficient, like one of the coefficient means you can make your coefficient of x same or coefficient of y same. It is up to your wish. Clear? Now coming to here, this is my first equation and this is the second equation, and I am multiplying first equation with 4. I want to eliminate x, so I am making the coefficient of x same. Okay, now 4 3s are 12x plus 16y equals to 4 2s are 8. And next, so coming to here, our second equation 4. Now 4 should be multiplied with 3, right? Now 3 4s are 12x plus 3 3s are 9y equals to 3 6 are 18. So here one of the general mistake students will do is they will multiply the number with the LHS. What about the RHS? See, if you are multiplying the complete equation with a number means you have to multiply RHS with the number and LHS also with the same number. Okay, now multiplying the equation with a number means you have to multiply RHS with the same number and LHS with the same number. Clear? For that reason, whenever I am multiplying with 3, my second equation, I am multiplying 3 into 4, 12x, and 3 into 3, 9y, and 3 6 are 18. Understood? So try to avoid such type of simple mistakes. Okay? So now let's solve them. And now you can do the direct addition or subtraction, right? So here I am doing subtraction, because if I do addition, 12 plus 12 will become 24 and I was unable to eliminate the x. For that reason I am taking the subtraction. Now this is minus, minus and minus. Now 12x cancel. Now 16 minus 9, how much? 7y, right? 8 minus 18, that becomes your minus 10. Now y value will become minus 10 by 7. Put y value in any of your equation to get your x value. Okay, so that's how we are going to simplify using the, we are going to solve using the elimination method. Moving to the next is your cross multiplication method, where cross multiplication method we are not having for our grade 10, but we can learn them for our MCQs. Okay, cross multiplication will be very easy and you can use that method for your MCQs in order to save your time. Clear? If it was a 2-digit number, it will be easy for you, but what if I am having a 3-digit number? So in such type of cases, you can go for the cross multiplication method. But once again, I am telling you, you are not having this method for your grade 10. Okay, you are having substitution and elimination. Cross multiplication you can use for the MCQs. Clear? Yes. Let's see how to solve using the cross multiplication. First of all, take the coefficients of your x and y. Okay, that is your a1 a2 b1 b2 c1 c2. How we will write means, you know the anti-clockwise direction, right? Anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so if I am starting from here and I will move in anti-clockwise and I will end with this. In the same way, I am going to start with my, so if I take the coefficients a1 a2 b1 b2 c1 c2, Okay, now I am going to start from the middle. Clear? I am going to start from the middle and I am moving in my anti-clockwise direction. Clear? And I am going to end with my middle value. So that is B1, C1, A1, B1. Okay. Now similarly for your second equation, B2, C2, A2 and B2. Clear? Now this will become B2, C2, A2 and B2. Fine. Now let's do the cross multiplication. It means B1, C2. Okay. B1, C2 minus B2, C1 will give you the denominator for your x. So now here the value of x and y will be found using x by B1C2 minus B2C1, which is equals to y by C1A2 minus C2A1, which is equals to 1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. But here you need to check for one condition, that is your A1B2 minus A2B1 should be not equals to 0. Why? Because if I got this value as the 0, then it will become undefined, right? We are not going to define it. For that reason, A1B2 minus A2B1 should be not equals to 0. Clear? For that reason, we are not having the cross multiplication. If you found that value as the 0, then you can go for the other methods to solve them. Okay. Now, how we will get the x value? Just take your x by B1C2 minus B2C1 equals to 1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. Now, after doing the cross multiplication, 1 is going to be multiplied with the denominator. So, x is given by B1C2 minus B2C1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. Okay. Next, y will be given by C1A2 minus C2A1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. Okay. So, if you are unable to remember, just try to remember this. From this, you will get a clear idea. Okay. Yes. Now, let's solve a simple problem using the three methods. Then you will understand how to apply it. Clearly? Yes. Let's see. Substitution method. And next, we will go for elimination method. Okay. And we will go for the cross multiplication. So, here I am having x plus y equals to 7 and 5x plus 2y equals to 7. Okay. This is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. So, from equation 1, I am going to write y equals to 7 minus x. Okay. Put y equals to 7 minus x in equation 2. Now, 5x plus 2 into 7 minus x equals to 7. Now, 5x plus 14 minus 2x equals to 7. Bring 14 to other side. Now 5x minus 2x. So here you can write directly 5x minus 2x will give you 3x. Right? So now 3x equals to 7 minus 14. So x equals to 7 minus 14 will give you 7 and 3x equals to 7 and x equals to 7 by 3. Clear about this, everyone? Yes. So now, first of all, we are going to take the given two linear equations and we are going to take one of the equation which is the simple one, and from there you need to write one variable in terms of other variable. So here I am taking y in terms of x. After that, put that y value in your second equation and simplify it to get your x value. Now put this x value in any of your equation to get the y value. Okay. So now put x equals to 7 by 3 in equation 1. So 7 by 3 plus y equals to 7. From this, y equals to 7 minus 7 by 3. So 7 3 is 21. 21 minus 7 will give you 14 by 3. Okay. Clear about this, everyone? Yes. Any doubt? So we got x value as the 7 by 3 and y equals to 14 by 3. Now let's do the same problem using the elimination method. So x plus y equals to 7 and 5x plus 2y equals to 7. This is your equation 2 and this is your equation 1. Now multiply 1 with 5 because I want to eliminate x variable. If you want to eliminate y variable, then you can make the coefficients of y same. Okay. Now 1 multiplied with 5, 5 into x, 5x, 5 into y, 5y, and 7 5s are 35. And next, you can take your second equation as this. So 5x plus 2y equals to 7. Okay, now let's do the subtraction because here I am having plus 5x and plus 5x. For that reason, I am doing the subtraction, minus, minus, and minus. Plus 5x minus 5x cancel. 5 minus 2 will give you 3y equals to 35 minus 7. How much? Yes, 35 minus 7 will give you 28. Right? So now coming to here, y equals to 28 by 3. So coming to here, we got 7 5 0 35. Y equals to 7 minus x. 2 into 3x, and equations are correct, right? But any mistake? 5 7 0 35 and 5y minus 2y 3y, and 35 minus 7 28. 28 by 3 we got. 3 7 0 21. 21 minus 7. So 14 only. X plus y equals to 7. 5x plus 2y equals to 7. Y equals to 7 minus x. 14 plus 14 minus 2x equals to 7 minus 14. 3x minus 7. Here it is your minus 7. So here we got minus 7 because 7 minus 14 will be the minus 7. So x value will become minus 7 by 3, and we need to put x value as the minus 7 by 3. So y value will become 7, and minus 7 by 3 crossing equals to plus 7 by 3. Now 3 7s are 21 plus 7 28. Right? 28 by 3. Clear? Yes. So now coming to the next y value, we will be getting 28 by 3 and x value. So put y equals to 28 by 3 in any of your equation to get your x value. I am taking in equation 1. So x plus 28 by 3 equals to 7, and from this x equals to 7 minus 28 by 3. Okay, now 7 minus 28. So that becomes your minus 7. 3 7s are 21. 21 minus 28 minus 7 by 3. Okay, now moving to the next is your cross multiplication method. Clear? So cross multiplication method. So here, first of all, what we need to do, we need to take the coefficients of x and coefficients of y, right? So now I am taking the coefficients of y as our 1, 2, and next constants will become your minus 7, minus 7. See, here whenever you are using the cross multiplication method, you need to bring the given pair of linear equations in standard form. Like you have to take them as x plus y minus 7 equals to 0 and 5x plus 2y minus 7 equals to 0, where we are having standard form as ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Clear? For that reason, you have to bring the constants to one side in order to make your RHS as 0. Clear? Now, 1, 2, minus 7, and next 1, 5, 1, 2. Okay? Now, coming to here, x will become 1 into minus 7, and 7 into, minus 7 into 2, minus 14, but minus of minus 14. Clear? 1 into minus 7, minus of 2 into minus 7 minus 14, which is equals to y by minus 7 into 5 minus 35 minus of minus 7 into 1 minus 7, which is equals to 1 by 1 into 2 2 minus, okay, minus 1 into 5 5. Clear? Now let's simplify this. Minus 7 x by minus 7 plus 14, which is equals to y by minus 35 plus 7, which is equals to 1 by minus 3. Clear? Now x by minus 7 plus 14, 7, y by minus 35 plus 7 minus 28 equals to 1 by minus 3, where x value is given by x by 7 equals to 1 by minus 3, from which x equals to 7 by minus 3. It means minus 7 by 3, right? Yes. And next, y by minus 28 equals to 1 by minus 3, from which y value equals to minus 28 by 3. I mean minus 3. Minus minus cancel, 28 by 3. Understood everyone? Yes. So now, how I got confused whenever I am having y equals to 28 by 3 here, and here we got 21 by 3. Why I cross checked between your elimination method and your substitution method means whatever the method you can use, okay, whether it was your substitution, elimination or cross multiplication, you can find the same values for x and y, okay. For that reason, I have once again cross checked the solution with the substitution method, and I found a mistake here. Clear everyone? So now how we got, I mean, how can we know that whether our answer is correct or not? Whenever you got confused at that time, you can verify that with the other method. It means, for suppose if I am using the substitution method and I got some values for x and y, but might be some calculations I have done mistake. So what you will do, you will go for elimination method or cross multiplication and once verify your answer if you are not sure about the x and y values. For that reason only, here initially I got my value, okay, here initially I got my value as the 14 by 3, right? 14 by 3 I got, and here I got as the plus 7 by 3, okay, from substitution method. But whenever I'm solving using the elimination method, I got 28 by 3, but here I got 14 by 3. So answers are not matching. So I am very clear that I have done some mistake somewhere. Okay. Now let's once again verify that and you will get the correct answer. Understood? So whenever you are getting any doubt or whenever you are not sure about your answer, so you can verify your answer with the another method. Okay. So here we can conclude that whatever the method you can use, you will be getting the same values for your x and y. Understood? If 24x plus 2024x plus 2025y equals to 1 and 2025x plus 2024y equals to minus 1, then x minus y equals to. So are you thinking of any of your algebraic method like your substitution or elimination or cross multiplication? But see, here they are asking you to find the value of x minus y. They are not asking you to find the value of x or value of y. Okay, they are not asking you to find the independent values. They are asking you to find the x minus y. So what we will do? First we will check whether on direct addition or subtraction of two equations, are we getting x minus y? Okay, let's see. Coming to here, we are going to take 2024x plus 2025y equals to plus 1 and 2025x plus 2024y equals to minus 1, right? Now this is my equation 1 and this is equation 2. Let's do 2 minus 1 because 2025 minus 2024 will give you 1. So equation 2 minus equation 1. 2025x plus 2024y equals to minus 1. 2024x plus 2025y equals to plus 1. Now, if you do the subtraction, here it is minus, minus and minus, right? 2025 minus 2024, x, plus 2024 minus 2025, minus 1, so it is minus y, and minus 1, minus 2. So we got simply x minus y value as the minus 2, which is nothing but our option B. Clear? Yes. So whenever you are having MCQs, try to save your time with your shortcuts. Okay, because there we are not required to do the entire calculation with the deep like a very with the clean format. Okay, for that reason you can check for your easy method to get the required values. Clear? Yes. Now, if the pair of equations ax plus by equals to c and px plus qy equals to m has a unique solution means only one solution, right? Only one solution means what will be the relation between the coefficients? So they gave the given pair of linear equations as ax plus by plus c, equals to c, and next px plus qy equals to m, and they have unique solution. Unique solution means only one solution, right? One solution means we are having intersecting lines. Now, what will be the condition? What will be the relation between your coefficients for your intersecting lines? That is a1 by a2 not equals to b1 by b2. Okay. Now, what is your a1? If I am taking, this is my equation 1 and this is equation 2. Okay. Now, here it is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0. Or you can take your c to other side, and it is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Now, a1 will become a and a2 will become p, which is not equals to. b1 will become b and b2 will become q. Now, if you do the cross multiplication, AQ is not equals to BP or PB. Okay, AQ is not equals to PB or BP. You can consider it somewhere. Now, what is the condition here? AQ should be not equals to PB or BQ. Now, what is the option correct? See, there you need to be very careful with the values. AQ not equals to PB, which is nothing but AQ not equals to BP, right? So, option A is correct. Here it is equal sign and here it is the values, like the coefficients, the values are different. Here AB and PQ, they are entirely different, and here minus AB and PQ different. Okay. Now, yes, the solution of the pair of linear equations 3x plus 4y equals to 5 and 4x plus 3y equals to 9. Here they gave the two linear equations for us and they are asking us to solve. So you can go for whatever the method you want, either substitution, elimination or cross multiplication. Okay, but we will be getting the same values. Coming to here, 3x plus 4y equals to 5. Okay, this is my equation 1. And coming to the next, second equation is your 4x plus 3y equals to 9. I want to eliminate x. So first equation I am multiplying with 4. Now 4 3s are 12x, 4 4s are 16y and 4 5s are 20. Okay. And coming to your second equation, this is your second equation. As I am going to eliminate the x, second equation is multiplied by 3. So now 3 4s are 12x, 3 3s are 9y, which is equals to 3 9s are 27. Okay. Now, just take your 12x plus 16y equals to 20 and 12x plus 9y equals to 27. Okay. Let's do subtraction. Coming here minus, minus and minus. Okay. Now 12x cancel. 16 minus 9. Yes. 16 minus 9. How much? 7. Right. 7y, which is equals to 20 minus 27. So that is nothing but your minus 7. So y equals to 7 will cancel 7 for one time. So we got y value as the minus 1. Now put y equals to minus 1 in. Any of your equation you can take. So I am taking equation 1, 3x plus 4 into minus 1 equals to 5. Now 3x minus 4 equals to 5. And minus 4 crossing equals to 3x equals to 5 plus 4, which is 3x equals to 9. And from this x equals to 3 will cancel 9 for 3 times. Okay, so it will be very simple if you are taking the cross multiplication. Clear? Here I am going for the elimination and you can go for the cross multiplication also. It's your wish. Understood? Now let's solve the next. Graphically, the pair of equations 8x minus 4y plus 12 equals to 0 and 2x minus y plus 5 equals to 0 represent two lines, which are, that means you need to find what type of lines those are. Okay, graphically means it will be very it will be time consumption if you are drawing them, like if you are taking the straight lines on the graph and if you give the conclusion. Okay, for that reason we are going to use the relation between the coefficients. Now take the given two equations, 8x minus 4y plus 12 equals to 0, and next 2x minus y plus 5 equals to 0. Now this is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. So what is the a1? A1 is 8 and what is your a2? A2 is 2. Now a1 by a2 is 8 by 2, which is nothing but 2 will cancel 8 for 4 times. Okay, what about b1 by b2? b1 by b2 will become minus 4 by minus 1. Minus minus cancel and 4. What about c1 by c2? c1 by c2 is 12 by 5. There is no cancellation here. So now what can we say here? a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2. Because a1 by a2 we got 4 and b1 by b2 also we got 4. What about c1 by c2? It is the 12 by 5. So which is not equals to c1 by c2. Right? Now tell me, if a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 but not equals to c1 by c2 means what type of lines those are? Yes, you can give in the chat section everyone. Fine, that is correct. That is nothing but parallel, right? So here the lines are parallel lines. Okay, let's solve the next. If the lines represented by 2y minus x equals to 4 intersect the y-axis at, so we are having a line which is represented by 2y minus x equals to 4 and it is going to intersect the y-axis. You need to find the point where this line is going to intersect your y-axis. Clear? Now intersecting the y-axis means that is going to meet. Okay, so here it is my y and x. I am having somewhere it is going to intersect my y-axis. So it means what? It is going to meet my y-axis. So for a point on my y-axis, I am having my x coordinate as the 0. Clear? For a point on my y-axis, I am having x coordinate as the 0. Clear? So now what will happen? So we are going to take x equals to 0. So 2y minus 0 equals to, here it is 4 and 2y equals to 4 and y equals to 2. Now what is the point? 0 comma 2. Understood? So what is the point? 0 comma 2. That is our option C. Okay. So here this is the concept that we are already having in the coordinate geometry. If you are having a line intersecting the y-axis means it is going to meet your y-axis at a point. Now for a point on your y-axis we are having the x coordinate 0. So we are going to take our x value as the 0. After taking x value 0 we will be getting the y value. So the required point will become 0 comma 2. Understood? Yes. Nice. Now moving to the next. The value of k for which the pair of linear equations k plus 1 into x plus 2 into 1 minus k into y equals to 15 and 4y equals to 3x minus 8 has no solution is. So they are giving us two equations and they are asking us to find the value of k for which they are not having a solution. Fine. Let's take the solution first. K plus 1 into x plus 2 into 1 minus k into y. Write them in the standard form for our better understanding. Okay. Minus 15 equals to 0. Next. So here it will be your 3x and plus 4y crossing equals to minus 4y minus 8 equals to 0. No solution. No solution means we are not having any solution. It means the lines are parallel, right? What is the condition for the parallel lines? So that is your a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 but not equals to your c1 by c2. Clear? What is your a1? If I take this is my first equation and this is the second equation. So a1 will become k plus 1 by 3 equals to 2 into 1 minus k by minus 4 which is not equals to your minus 15 by minus 8. Okay, so leave about your not equals to condition and let's solve this let's solve this equality. See here, whenever you are considering the coefficients, I know that you have already know we need to consider the sign of your coefficient also. If I am talking about the B2, you need to consider minus 4. Some of the students will take only 4. But whenever it comes to your coefficients, on comparing with your standard form and taking the coefficients, you need to consider the sign also. Clear? Now, let's cross multiply them. Minus 4 into k plus 1. Okay. Minus 4 into k plus 1 equals to 3 into 2 into 1 minus k. Now, minus 4 into k minus 4k minus 4 into 1 minus 4 which is equals to 3 2s are 6. 6 into 1 6 and 6 into minus k minus 6k. Now, take this 6k to other side and minus 4 to this side. Clear? So, which will happen 6k minus 4k equals to. So, minus 4 crossing equals to plus 4. 6 plus 4. Now, 6 minus 4, 2k. 6 plus 4, 10. K equals to 5. 2 will cancel 10 for 5 times. Clear? So, now we got the k value as the 5, which is nothing but our option C. Right? Yes. Now moving to the next. Using elimination method, solve the following pair of linear equations. Here another point we need to notice is if they are mentioning the particular method, then you have to solve the given linear equations using that method only. Here they are telling us to use the elimination method. So you have to solve them using the elimination method. Okay, if they are not mentioning particularly means then you can use substitution. Fine, substitution or elimination, it's your wish. But here they are particularly mentioning the elimination method, so we have to use the elimination method. Okay, let's see how to solve this. So here they give x by 2 plus 2y by 3 equals to minus 1. And next, x minus y by 3 equals to 3. So for the elimination method, what we need to do? We need to make the coefficients of one of the variables same. So here I am thinking of making the x coefficient same. So I can make my x by 2 to x. How can I do this? If I multiply my complete equation with 2. Why? Because 2 into x by 2. 2 cancel and I will be getting x. Right? For that reason, I am going to multiply. This is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. So, I am going to multiply my first equation with 2. Okay. Now, 2 into x by 2 plus 2 into 2y by 3 equals to 2 into minus 1. So, 2 cancel, x plus 2 into 2y, 4y by 3 and 2 into minus 1 minus 2. Clear? Now write the second equation, x minus y by 3 equals to 3. Now in order to eliminate x, what we need to do? Subtraction. Minus plus minus. Plus x minus x cancel. Now 4y by 3 plus y by 3 equals to minus 2 minus 3. So 5y by 3 equals to minus 5. Now 5 will cancel minus 5 for minus 1 times, right? So we got y equals to, y by 3 equals to minus 1, y equals to minus 3. Simple. So we got y value as the minus 3, right? Next, put y equals to minus 3 in equation 2. So x minus of minus 3 by 3 equals to 3. 3 will cancel 3 for one time. Minus into minus plus 1. X plus 1 equals to 3. X equals to 3 minus 1. X equals to 2. Okay, clear everyone? So now this is how we are going to solve it using the elimination method. The important thing in the elimination method is you need to know for which number, like you need to know for the equation 1 you need to multiply with which number. Okay, so whatever the variables, whatever the coefficients you are making same, for that you need to multiply. If we got, if we need to multiply, then we need to check what are the numbers required. Okay, for the elimination method it's very simple. You need to make the coefficient same, and for making the coefficient same you need to multiply the equation with which of the number. Clear? Yes. Now let's go for the next. Find the values of k for which the pair of linear equations kx plus y equals to k square. They gave kx plus y equals to k square, which is your equation 1, and x plus ky equals to 1. That is your second equation. Have infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solution means what type of lines? Those are coincident lines, right? Those are coincident lines. Now, what is the condition for coincident lines? Any idea? Yes. So, first of all, just take them in your standard form. Kx plus y minus k square equals to 0 and x plus ky minus 1 equals to 0. Okay. Now, take the ratios. What is the relation between the coefficients for our coincident lines? Yes, think it. So, now a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2, right? Yes. Now what is your a1 by a2? That is your k by 1. And next b1 by b2, that is your 1 by k. And what about c1 by c2? C1 by c2 will be minus k square by minus 1. Minus minus cancel, so we got c1 by c2 equals to k square by 1. Okay, now put those values here. K by 1 equals to 1 by k, which is equals to k square by 1. Right? Now, if you look at here, let's simplify the equalities. K by 1 equals to 1 by k square. These two, first equality. And next, 1 by k equals to k square by 1. That is your second equality. Now, k into k square equals to 1. Now, k square into k cube, 1 into 1, 1. Okay. Now, what will be the values for the k in order to get 1? So, 1 square will be the 1 only, right? So, plus 1 square, it means your plus 1 square will be 1. What about minus 1 square? Minus 1 square is also 1, right? And moving to the next, k cube equals to 1. That means cube of your some number equals to 1. So, can I take 1 cube equals to 1? Right? What about minus 1 cube? Minus 1 cube equals to minus 1. Understood? Now, what are the possible values for the k? For k square equals to 1, the possible values are plus 1 and minus 1. And for k cube equals to 1, the possible values are plus 1 only. Right? Now, depending on these two conditions, what is the common value? The common value is the plus 1. So, therefore, k value is 1. Okay, simple logic. If you are having the two equalities, solve the two equalities and get the common value for your unknown. Fine. Coming to the first one, On a particular day, 50,000 people attended a cricket match between India and Australia in Sydney Cricket Ground. So, interesting match, right? India and Australia. Yes. Now, let X be the number of adults attended the match and Y be the number of children attended the match. Okay. So, now how many total people attended the match? That is the 50,000. So, number of adults they gave as X and number of children they gave as Y, right? And total they gave as 50,000, right? What is this 50,000? That is nothing but the sum of adults and children. That is X plus Y equals to 50,000, right? Next, cost of one adult ticket was 1,000 while the cost of child ticket was 200. Okay, so cost of one ticket, that is one adult ticket, is 1,000, right? Then for X adult, because we are having the X number of adults, so now that becomes your X into 1,000, which is of your 1,000X. Okay, and for one child it is rupees 200. Then for Y child it will become your Y into 200, which is of your 200Y. Clear? Yes. Next, the total revenue earned by selling the tickets is 4 crore 20 lakhs. Find how many adults and how many children attended. That means what? We need to find the value of X and value of Y. Okay. So total revenue, total revenue collected, what they gave? They gave it as the 4 crore 20 lakhs. Now, what is the total revenue? With the help of X and Y will become 1,000X is the amount from the adult and 200Y is the amount from the children. So that will become your 1,000X plus 200Y equals to 4 crore 20 lakh. Right. Now, look at here. So can I take 200 common from this second equation? If I take, this is my first equation and this is my second equation. Okay. Can I take my 200 common? Yes, we can take 200 common. So what we will be getting? We will be getting 5x plus y equals to 4 crore 20 lakh. Right. Now 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel and 2 will cancel, 42 4 21. Right. So coming to here we got 2,10,000. So 5x plus y equals to 2,10,000. Clear? And next, what about x plus y? X plus y equals to 50,000. Clear? Let's do the elimination method because here I can directly eliminate y. So I am doing direct subtraction, minus minus and minus. Okay. So now second equation after reducing, okay, second equation after reducing, I got 5x plus y equals to 2,10,000. Now, if you see this equation, this is your equation, second equation after reducing, and this is your first equation. After seeing them, we can say that we can directly eliminate y from direct subtraction. For that reason, taking the direct subtraction, plus y minus y cancel. 5x minus x, 4x, which is equals to 2,10,000 minus 50,000. What will be the answer? Yes, 2,10,000 minus 50,000. So 10,000 will be gone, and from 2 lakhs, if you subtract 40,000, then what will be the answer? 1,60,000, right? 1,60,000. Now 4 will cancel 16 for 4 times. So x value we got as the 40,000. Now put x equals to 40,000 in equation 1. Simple. So now 40,000 plus y equals to 50,000. Right? Now y equals to 50,000 minus 40,000. So y equals to 10,000. Clear? So now what is the number of adult? Number of adults is 40,000 and number of children is 10,000. Clear everyone? Yes. Fine. Let's solve the next. Moving to the next, a two-digit number is 6 times the sum of its digit. So here I am considering my two-digit number as the xy. Clear? So here I am taking my two-digit number as the xy. What its expanded form will become? Expanded form we learned from our grade 4. Expanded, not in grade 4 also, previous grades also, right? So expanded form, y is in 1's place and x is in 10's place. So it will become 10x plus y, right? Now these number 10x plus y equals to 6 times the sum of its digit. What are its digits? X and y. So 6 times of x plus y. Now 10x plus y equals to, multiply with 6, 6x plus 6y. Bring all the terms to one side. 10x plus y minus 6x minus y equals to 0. 10x minus 6x, 4x plus 1 minus 6 minus 5y equals to 0. This is your first equation from your first condition, right? Next, the number formed by reversing the digit. Reversing the digit means it will become yx. So its expanded form will become 10y plus x. Okay, the number formed by reversing the digits is 9 less than the given number. 9 less than the given number. So what is the number formed by reversing the digit? That is 10y plus x, which is equals to 9 less than the given number. The given number is 10x plus y. From these you need to subtract 9. Okay, now find the number. Let's simplify this. 10y plus x equals to 10x plus y minus 9. Bring all the terms to one side. So I am taking all these terms to RHS. So 10x plus y minus 9, okay, minus x minus 10y equals to 0. Now 10 minus 1, 9x plus y minus 10 plus 1 minus 10 minus 9y minus 9 equals to 0. Taking 9 common, it will become x minus y minus 1 equals to 0. This is your equation 2, right? So we got x minus y minus 1 equals to 0. Now solve equation 1 and 2. Clear? Solve equation 1 and 2. 4x minus 5y equals to 0 and x minus y minus 1 equals to 0. So you can go for elimination method because this is simple. So I am multiplying the second equation with 4. So 4x minus 4y minus 4 equals to 0. And coming to your first equation, 4x minus 5y equals to 0. Do the subtraction, minus, plus and minus. Okay, plus 4x minus 4x cancel. Minus 4 plus 5 plus y minus 4 equals to 0. Y equals to 4. Simple, right? Now we got y equals to 4. Put that value in equation 2. Put y equals to 4 in equation 2. So what will happen? X minus 4 minus 1 equals to 0. Right? Now minus 4 minus 1 minus 5. X minus 5 equals to 0 and x equals to 5. So simply we got the x and y values. Now what is the number will become? So number will become xy, which is nothing but the 54. Okay. Now let's see the next. Moving to the next, the monthly income of Aryan and Baban are in the ratio 3:4. They gave the income of Aryan and Baban. Okay. So income means you know, right? The salary that we are going to earn. Fine. Now Aryan ratio, that is for income. Clear? Ratio of Aryan and Baban they gave as the 3:4. If we are having quantities in the ratio means they are having a common factor between them. I don't know what is that common factor. So I am taking it as the x. So for Aryan it will become 3x and for Baban it will become 4x. Okay. Income for Aryan 3x and for Baban 4x. Clear? Now they gave the expenditure. The monthly expenditures are in the ratio of 5:7. Clear? Expenditures, they gave the ratio as 5:7. It means what? Expenditure of Aryan will become 5y. These are in the ratio, so we need to take the common factor. So this way, for Aryan it is 5y and for Bhavan it is 7y. Okay. Now, if each saves rupees 15,000 per month, find their monthly incomes. Savings. How we get the savings? From the income and expenditure. So here, for suppose if I am earning 30,000, okay, I am earning 30,000 and I am spending 10,000. Okay, from 30,000, I am spending 10,000. Then what are my savings will become? That is your 20,000, right? It means from the income, if you from the income, if you subtract the expenditure, then you will be getting the savings, right? So income minus expenditure will give you savings. Clear? Now coming to here, for Aryan it will become 3x is your income minus expenditure is the 5y and savings is the 15,000. Okay, and same for Bhavan also. For Bhavan, income is your 4x minus expenditure is the 7y and savings is 50,000. Okay, why we are writing 50,000 for both? See, 15,000 why we are writing means here they gave that each saves. Each saves means Aryan is saving 15,000 and Bhavan is saving 15,000. Okay. So why we are writing 15,000 for both of them means for each saves. Each saves means both Bhavan and Aryan are saving 15,000 per month. Clear? Now let's simplify them. Coming to here, let's make the, let's do the elimination method. This is my equation 1 and this is my equation 2. Now, I want to eliminate the x variable. So, equation is 1 is multiplied with 4. So, now 3 into 4, 12x minus 4, 4 5 are 20y equals to 4 into 15, that is your 60, right? So, 60,000. And next, equation 2 is multiplied by 3. Now, 4 3s are 12x minus 3 7s are 21y, which is equals to 3 into 15 will give you 45,000. Okay, let's do the subtraction. Minus plus minus. 12x cancel. Minus 20 plus 21 plus y. Now 60 minus 45. If you are getting confused with these zeros, then just leave the zeros. Now what you will see? 60 minus 45, which is nothing but your 15, right? 15,000. Simple. Okay, so we got the y value as the 15,000. In order to find the incomes, what are the incomes? 3x and 4x. In order to find the income, we need to find the x. We got the y value. Now put y value in. Put y equals to 15,000 in any of your equation. It's your wish. But I am taking in equation 1. So that becomes 3x minus 5 into 15,000, which is equals to your 15,000. Clear? Now 3x 5 into 15, how much? Yes, 75, right? So now, yes, 75,000, which is equals to 15,000. Now 3x equals to, take your 75,000 to other side, 15,000 plus 75,000. As I told you, if you are getting confused because of zeros, then you can just add the numbers. Okay, 15 plus 75, 90. So 3x equals to 90,000. So 3 will cancel 90 for 30 times. So we got x equals to 30,000. Okay. Now what is the salary? That means what is the income for Aryan will become? So for Aryan it is 3x. That means your 3 into 30,000, which is of your 90,000. Right. And for Bhavan it will become your 4x, which is of your 4 into 30,000, which is of your 1,20,000. Okay, so this is your, coming to here, we found the incomes as the, income as the 90,000 and 1,20,000. Okay, let's see the next. Solve the following system of equations graphically. 2x plus y equals to 6 and 2x minus y minus 2 equals to 0. And find the area of the triangle so formed by two lines and x-axis. Now, leave about the, just keep the second part aside and look at the first part. First of all, they are asking us to solve the linear equations graphically. It means, take your given equations, 2x plus y equals to 6 and 2x minus y minus 2 equals to 0. So, whenever we are solving graphically, what we need to do? We need to take first x equals to 0, find the y value, 2 into 0 plus y equals to 6. So, we got y equals to 6, right? Now, what is the point here? 0 comma 6. Okay, x comma y we got as the 0 comma 6. Next, we need to take y equals to 0. So 2x plus 0 equals to 6, 2x equals to 6 and x equals to 3. We got x minus y equals to 3 comma 0, right? Next, similarly for the second equation also, this is your first equation and this is your second equation. So first put x equals to 0. So 2 into 0 minus y minus 2 equals to 0. Now, so here it will be the 0 minus y crossing equals to plus y equals to minus 2. Then what about the x comma y value? That is your 0 comma minus 2, right? And coming to the second one, put y equals to 0. If I take y equals to 0, it will become 2x minus 0 minus 2. So 2x equals to 2 and x equals to 1. So our x comma y coordinates will become 1 comma 0. Clear? So we got the 2 points. That means we got the points where our straight line of the first equation will meet x-axis and y-axis. Okay? And we got the 2 points where the straight line of second equation will meet the x-axis and y-axis. Okay? Now let's plot the points on the graph. See, in your exam, you will be getting the graph sheet. No need to worry. Here I have just taken the rough graph here. Okay. Now, what are the points? 0, comma 6, 3, comma 0, 0, comma 6 and 3, comma 0 for your first equation. And for second equation, it is 0, comma minus 2, 0, comma minus 2 and 1, comma 0. Okay. So, see here, this is the 0, comma minus 6 and 3, comma 0, 0, comma minus 2, 1, comma 0. Now, plot them on the graph. So, 0, comma 6, if you are having x coordinate 0 means it lies on y axis. So, this is the 0, comma 6, here it is. And next, 3, comma 0, 3, comma 0, y coordinate is 0. It means it lies on x axis. So, 3, comma 0 is here. Okay. Now, next, join them. Right. Now, moving to the next. Let's plot the graph for the second one, where 0, comma minus 2. 0, comma minus 2 is here. Right. And next, 1, comma 0. 1, comma 0 is here. Clear? So, 0, comma minus 2 and 1, comma 0. Why the points are not? Yes. Now, plot them, just draw the line. So, here, if you observe here, we got a triangle that is formed by the given two lines. Okay, by the two lines. So, this is your triangle formed by the two lines and your, okay, and your x-axis. Now, if you see the question, find the area of the triangle so formed by the two lines and x-axis. This is the triangle, right? Now, from 1 to 3, how much is the distance here? Here the distance is the 2 units. Clear? Now, from your 0 to here, okay? Actually, here it will meet. So, from your 0 to here, what is the height? That is also 2 units. Clear? Here I am not using the scale. So, I might be getting somehow difference. But if you use the scale, you can observe that we will be getting the height which is of your 2 units. And we are getting the base of 2 units. Right? Now, what is the area of triangle formula? Area of triangle is given by half into base into height, where base we got as the 2 units and height we got as the 2 units. Clear? So, this is also 2 units. Now, area is given by half into base is your 2 units into 2 units. Height is also. Clear? Now, 2 to cancel. So, we got area as the 2 square units. Understood? So this is how we are going to solve this. So after placing them on the graph, you can observe that we are getting a triangle formed by the two lines with your x-axis. For that reason, we are going to find the base and height from the required values. Okay. Moving to the next. Solve the following system of linear equations. So here we need to solve the given linear equations. So let's see. X by a minus y by b equals to 0 and ax plus by equals to a square plus b square. Okay. Now, so few of the students will be having doubt what are the coefficients here. So any idea what are the coefficients? In both of the equations we are having a, b and x and y. So now the coefficients will become your AB, not the XY. XY are the variables in your given equations. Okay. First you need to clearly understand what are the coefficients and what are the variables. If you are having multiple letters in your given two equations. Clear? Any doubt? Yes. Now look at here. What we will do, let's simplify the first equation. X by a minus y by b equals to 0. This is your first equation and this is the second equation. Okay. Now, if you do cross multiplication, bx minus ay equals to 0 and here it is ax plus by equals to a square plus b square. Let's make the coefficients of one variable same. So, can I make minus ay and plus by? I am going to eliminate y. If you want to eliminate x, then you can eliminate x. It's your wish. Okay. Now, I am going to eliminate y for that reason. So, this equation is multiplied with. So, I can multiply with b. So, it will become b square x minus aby equals to 0. And this equation is multiplied with a. So, a square x plus aby equals to a into a square plus b square. You need to be careful with your RHS also. Why? Because here I am getting 0. So anything into 0 will be the 0. But here I am having a square plus b square. So a into a square plus b square will be your RHS. Right? Now, moving to the next. So let's solve them. This is your equation 3 and equation 4. Now, coming to here, b square x minus aby equals to 0 and here it is a square x plus aby equals to a into a square plus b square. So, let's add them because here it is minus and here it is plus. So, directly you can eliminate, right? So, b square plus a square into x equals to 0. I mean coming to here 0 plus a into a square plus b square, a into a square plus b square, right? Now a square plus b square, a square plus b square cancel. So we got x value as the a. So very simple, right? But here you need to be very careful in order to make the coefficient same. You need to multiply the equation with what value? Okay, you need to check that in your elimination method. That is the crucial one for your elimination method. Every time you need to check by what value you need to multiply the given equations. Okay, now we got x equals to a. Put x equals to a in equation 1. So now what will happen? A by a minus y by b equals to 0. A by a will become 1. 1 minus y by b equals to 0. Y by b equals to 1 and y equals to b. So simply we got x equals to a and y equals to b. Clear? Now let's see the next. How can we identify that value? Simple. See, you need to just find the common multiple. Okay, if you find the common multiple, then you will understand, you need to, then you will understand what is that value. Clear? In order to make the coefficient same, you need to find the common multiple for those two values. Okay, then you will understand what is the value you need to be multiplied. Clear? Next, 5 years hence, father's age will be 3 times the age of son. 5 years hence, it means what? 5 years after, right? So let's take the present age of son and present age of father. Present age of son I am taking as x, and present age of father I am taking as y. Okay, now 5 years hence, it means what? 5 years after. Okay, 5 years hence, son age will become x plus 5 and father's age will become y plus 5. Fine. Father's age will be 3 times the age of son. It means y plus 5 equals to 3 times the age of son. It becomes your x plus 5. So y plus 5 equals to 3x plus 15. So if you bring all the terms to one side, 3x minus y plus 15 minus 5 equals to 0. So 3x minus y plus 10 equals to 0. This is your equation 1. Right? So from the first statement, we got the equation 1. What about the second statement? 5 years ago, father was 7 times as old as his son. 5 years ago. Clear? 5 years ago. What will be the son age? Son age will become 5 years ago means 5 years before. Before means you need to subtract 5. So that becomes your x minus 5 and father age will become y minus 5. Now, father was 7 times as old as his son. Father was, that means y minus 5 is 7 times old as his son. That becomes your x minus 5. So, y minus 5 equals to 7x minus 35. Bring all the terms to one side. 7x minus y minus 35 plus 5 equals to 0. Clear? Now, 7x minus y plus 30. Here actually it is minus 30. Why? Because here it is minus 35 plus 5. So it will become your, so here it is minus 30 equals to 0. Okay, minus 35 plus 5 minus 30. So 7x minus y minus 30 equals to 0. This is your second equation. Now simplify them. So here I can take 7x minus y minus 30 equals to 0 and 3x minus y minus plus 10 equals to 0. If you take the direct subtraction, then y will be eliminated. So minus, and here it is plus and here it is minus. So minus y plus y cancel. So 7x minus 3x, 4x, and minus 30 minus 10 minus 40 equals to 0. Now 4x equals to 40 and x equals to 10. Okay, so we got x equals to 10. So they are asking us to find their present age. Find their present age means we need to find x and y values. So we got x equals to 10. Put x equals to 10 in equation 1. Okay, so 3 into 10 minus y plus 10 equals to 0. 30 plus 10 equals to y. So y equals to 40. So we got x value as the 10 and y value as the 40. Now what is the age of son? Age of son is 10 and age of father is 40. Okay. Now let's see the next. Moving to the next, for what values of p will the following will the following system of linear equations have no solution? No solution means what type of lines those are? Those are parallel lines, right? So coming to here, they give 2p minus 1 into x plus p minus 1 into y equals to 2p plus 1. So just bring them or rewrite them in your standard form. So that becomes 2p minus 1 into x plus of p minus 1 into p minus 1 into y, right? Just 1 minute. Yes. P minus 1, P minus 1 into y minus of 2p plus 1 equals to 0. Okay, this is your equation 1. And coming to your second equation, 3x plus y equals to 1. So that means minus 1 equals to 0. This is your equation 2. Now take the ratio of coefficients. A1 by A2 will become 2p minus 1 by 3, and your A2, I mean B1 by B2 will become B1 by B2 equals to P minus 1 by 1, and C1 by C2 equals to minus of 2p plus 1 by minus 1. Minus minus cancel. Now, no solution means what type of lines those are? Parallel lines, right? And for parallel lines, what is the relation between the coefficients? Yes. What is the relation between the coefficients? A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2, yes, but not equals to C1 by C2, right? So, A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2, but not equals to C1 by C2. Okay, now let's simplify them. 2p minus 1 by 3 is equals to p minus 1 by 1, which is not equals to 2p plus 1 by 1. Okay, take the first equality. 2p minus 1 by 3 equals to p minus 1 by 1. If you do the cross multiplication, 2p minus 1 equals to 3 into p minus 1. Okay, now 2p minus 1 equals to 3 into p, 3p minus 3. Okay, take minus 3 to other side. Now 3p and 2p to other side. 3p minus 2p is equals to 3 minus 1. So p equals to 3 minus 1 is 2. Now what will be the value of p for which we are getting no solution? That is p equals to 2. Okay, now let's see the next. Moving to the next, check graphically whether the pair of linear equations 2x plus 3y equals to 12 and 5x plus minus 3y equals to 9 is consistent. It means what? They gave the pair of linear equations to us and they are asking us to check whether they are consistent or not. Okay, so but how we need to check? We need to check graphically. Clear? So we will go for graphical method and we will take the lines for our equations, and from that graph we need to say whether they are consistent or not. Okay, if consistent, then solve it graphically. It means if they are consistent, from the graph you need to find the solution. Clear? Let's take the equations. 2x plus 3y equals to 12. How we will solve graphically? First take x equals to 0. First, take x equals to 0. Now, 2 into 0 plus 3y equals to 12. It means your 3y equals to 12 and y equals to 4. We got the first point as the 0, 4. And coming to the second one, put y equals to 0. So, 2x plus 3 into 0 equals to 12. It means 2x equals to 12 and x equals to 6. 2 will cancel 12 for 6 times and 3 will cancel 12 for 4 times. So we got another point as the 6 comma 0. Now coming to your second equation. So this is your first equation. Second equation they give 5x minus 3y equals to 9. This is your second equation, right? Now put x equals to 0. That becomes your 5 into 0 minus 3y equals to 9. So minus 3y equals to 9 and y equals to minus 3. So what is the first point we got? 0 comma minus 3. Clear? Now second one, put y equals to 0. If you put y equals to 0, 5x minus 3 into 0 equals to 9. So 5x minus 0 equals to 9. So x equals to 9 by 5. Clear? Understood? Yes? Okay. So now 9 by 5 means, so we can take 5 answer and 4.40. So 5 8 is 40, 1.8, right? So we will be getting 0 comma, it means your 1.8 comma 0. Clear? Now plot those points on the graph. 0 comma 4, that is your 0 comma 4 lies on your y axis. So here is your point, right? And next, second point is 6 comma 0. Here it is. Clear? So now just try to draw the line. If you take the scale, you will be getting the better line. Clear? Now next, 0 comma minus 3. 0 comma minus 3 is here. And next, 1.8 comma 0, somewhere near to your 2. Clear? Now if you join them, you will be getting another line. And if you observe here, you can observe here we are having a point where both the lines are intersecting. Now we can say that the lines are intersecting clearly, right? Now here the lines are intersecting means we will be having the one solution. So we will find that solution graphically. Just from this point, draw a line to your x-axis and draw a line to your y-axis. So from there, you will be getting the value of x and value of y. Understood, everyone? Yes. Any doubt? Any doubt for anyone? No doubts? Okay. So we will be getting x equals to 3, right? So we will be getting the x equals to 3. From the graph, we can say that x equals to 3. And what about the y? Yes. Y we will be getting as the 2. See, here I am not getting the clearly 2. But whenever you are drawing with the scale, you can observe that you will be getting y as the 2. Okay. So the solution will become 3 comma 2. And we got it from the graph. This is how we are going to solve, or we are going to find the consistency from the graph. Okay. Yes. Moving to the next. A two-digit number is obtained by either multiplying the sum of the digits by 7. Okay. We are having a two-digit number xy. We can obtain this number, that is your 10x plus y, by multiplying the sum of digits by 7. That means what? You can get this number 10x plus y by multiplying sum of digits with 7. It means your 7 into x plus y, right? Which is equals to, or by multiplying the difference of digits by 19. So multiplying the difference of digits x minus y with 19 and then subtracting 1. So from this I need to subtract 1. Okay. Next, it is given that digit at tens place is greater than the digit at units place. So whenever you are taking the difference, you need to be careful with what is the value you are taking. Here I am taking x and y, where x is the digit, x is the value in your tens digit. So now x is the greater value, so I can consider x minus y. Okay. So now let's simplify this. Coming to here, 7 into x plus y is equals to 19 into x minus y minus 1. 7x plus 7y, okay, which is equals to your 19x minus, wait. Multiplied, a two-digit number is obtained by 7 and then adding 3. Here it is adding 3. Okay, so we need to add 3 here. So first you need to multiply the sum of digits with 7 and then you need to add 3 and then multiplying the difference with 19 and then subtracting 1. Yes. Plus 3. Okay. Which is equals to 19x minus y minus 1. So here it is 7x plus 7y. Okay. Plus 3 is equals to 19x minus 19y. Oh no. Minus 19y minus 1. Let's take all the terms to the one side. So 19x minus 7x minus 19y minus 7y minus 1. So here it is once again minus 3 equals to 0. I am bringing all these terms to that side. Okay. Now 19 minus 7, that becomes 12x, minus 19 minus 7, that becomes your minus 26y minus 4 equals to 0. Taking 4 common or taking 2 common, you will be getting 6, right? So 6x minus 13y minus 2 equals to 0. So 6x minus 13y minus 2 equals to 0. Clear? So here we got the solving, I mean on solving the given conditions, we got the equation, one of the equation as 6x minus 13y minus 2 equals to 0. Then they are asking us to find the two digit number. How we will find the two digit number? See here, this is the one form, okay, this is the one form to get our two digit number, right? So 3 plus 7 into x plus y, right? Can I equate this to my 10x plus y? Why? Because if you do this condition, you will be getting a two digit number, that is nothing but your xy. And after doing this condition also, you are getting the two digit number, which is nothing but x plus, I mean xy only. Clear? It means if I am having a number 52, right? For the 52, they gave the two conditions. One is we need to multiply sum of digits. That means 5 plus 2 into 7 plus 3. This is the one condition. And another condition, multiplying the difference. That means 5 minus 2 into 19 minus 1. Right? So, whenever you are solving this or whenever you are solving this, you will be getting the same value. From that condition, you got one of the equation, linear equation in two variable. And from other condition, I am saying that, can I write my 52 as 10 into 5 plus 2? Right? So, coming to here, I am equating that number to my 10x plus y. Now, simplify this. 3 plus 7x plus 7y equals to 10x plus y. Okay. Now, bring all the terms to one side. 10x minus 7x plus y minus 7y minus 3 equals to 0. 10x minus 7x, 3x, and plus y minus 7y minus 6y minus 3 equals to 0. X minus 2y minus 1 equals to 0. Taking 3 common. Now, simplify the equation 1 and 2. Okay. Can I multiply my equation 2 with 6? So that it will become your 6x minus 12y minus 6 equals to 0. And take your equation 1, that is your 6x minus 13y minus 2 equals to 0. If you simplify this, minus, plus and plus. Okay, 6x cancel, minus 12y plus 13y, y, and minus 6 plus 2, minus 4 equals to 0. So y value we got as the 4. Now put y equals to, okay, put y equals to 4 in any of your equation. So I am taking in second equation. So x minus 2 into 4 minus 1 equals to 0. X minus 8 minus 1 equals to 0. X minus 9 equals to 0. And x equals to 9. So what is the number? 94. Clear? Understood everyone? So this is just an example for your reference. Clear? Yes. Now, this is how we are going to solve. See, for the same number, they have given the two conditions. Okay. And if you equate them, see, if I am taking the condition 1, I will be getting the xy, and condition 2 also I will be getting xy. So, I can equate the condition 1 with condition 2. That I have done here. Okay. Now, expanded form of your two digit number will become 10x plus y. So, equating one of your condition to your 10x plus y, that I did here. Okay, I am equating one of the condition with my 10x plus y, so that I will be getting the another linear equation in two variable. Now, solve these two linear equations in order to get the required x and y values. Okay, fine. Now, let's see the next. Moving to the next, we brought some of the practice questions for you, and let's see how many of you will answer them correctly in your chat section. Okay, next, if the pair of linear equations 2x plus 3y equals to 5 and 4ky minus of 1 minus 3k into x equals to 6k plus 2 represents coincident lines, then the value of k is. Coincident line means we are having infinitely many solutions. Now what is the relation between the coefficients? A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2. Okay, now moving to the next. if the lines given by 3x plus 2k y equals to 2 and 2x plus 5y plus 1 equals to 0 are not parallel. Not parallel means what? They are intersecting lines, right? If they are not parallel, they will become intersecting lines. So use the intersecting lines condition and you will be getting the value of k. Moving to the next, if the pair of linear equations 2x plus 3y equals to 5 and 4ky minus of 1 minus 3k. I think this is the same question, right? Okay. Now, the pair of linear equations 9x minus 15y plus 19 equals to 0 and 5y minus 3x minus 9 equals to 0 represents the two lines, and we need to find what type of lines those are. What we will do? Go for taking your ratio of coefficients, that is your a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2. From there you will get what type of lines those are and what type of solution they are having. Okay. Now moving to the next, solve for x and y graphically. Whenever we are solving graphically, put x equals to 0 and find the respective y value, and put y equals to 0 and find the respective x value for your two linear equations. Okay. Now, income and expenditure problem, right? So, income ratios they gave as the 11 is to 7 and expenditures they gave as the 9 is to 5 and savings they gave as the 400. Simple values. Clearly? Now clear everyone? Yes. So, we will end the class here. Fine. So coming to the summary, we discussed about the introduction and then we discussed about the definition and standard form of linear equation, right? And next, graphical method of solving the pair of linear equations and algebraic method. Algebraic method we are having three methods: substitution, elimination and your cross multiplication. Once again I am telling you, cross multiplication you are not having for the grade 10. So try to use the substitution or elimination. Okay. Another important thing, whatever the method you can use, elimination or substitution or cross multiplication, you will be getting the same values for x and y. Okay. If you got the different values, then you can once check the process. Okay. And if you are not sure about your answer, then you can go for checking the values. Clear? Yes. Next we discussed about reducing the equations to the pair of linear equations. It means from the given conditions we are going to form the pair of linear equations and then we are going to solve them with our convenient method to get the required values. Okay. So that's all for today's session everyone. Thank you for attending the class. Bye everyone. Take care. We will meet in our next session.